With the introduction of Armor 2.0, as well as a PvE overhaul in Shadowkeep, Destiny 2 has never felt more like an MMO than it does now. An endgame pursuit we can all chase is creating the perfect armor set, and I've almost achieved that. This is what I have to show. Today's video is going to be a live commentary explaining this build. I will post 3 videos today: this live commentary, a video of this build in action, and a little teaser video that explains what I'm doing on twitch.tv/camicakes right now, which is playing through Pokemon Sword and Shield with a little bit of shenanigans. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just keep an eye out in your subscription box for those videos, and I will probably end up making mistakes in this live commentary explanation, but I'll backtrack and rephrase as necessary. Thank you for understanding. Otherwise, I'd be spending like an hour or two rendering all this together, and I just don't think that's worth it when I can do it in this format. So here we go. Jumping into it, I wanted to create an armor build that worked across all subclasses. Now, it doesn't perfectly work with Wear the Wraith, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I wanted to focus on these 3 stats: mobility, resilience, and recovery over discipline, intellect, and strength. So my main goal was to get as high mobility as I could, then 5 resilience to survive Thorn, and 3 recovery, because 3 is very noticeably different over 0. It ended up at 10 later, but I'll tell you why it ended up at 10 later. I wanted to put all my leftover points into intellect. I wanted 10 intellect. But here's the thing. The difference between 9 and 10 intellect is barely anything. It's like 10 seconds. The difference between 4 and 5 intellect is like 30 seconds. So you get a lot more bang for your buck if you stay somewhere between 4, 5, and 6 intellect rather than 7, 8, 9, or 10. Recovery, on the other hand, works the opposite way. The difference between 9 and 10 recovery is giant. The TLDR on recovery is if you're between 0 and 3, go 3. If you're between 3 and 7, choose one or the other. If you're between 7 and 10, go 10. There's a lot of data to support that sort of thing. I'll link some videos in the description to help clear that up if you don't want to take my word for it. So this is actually interesting how it ended up. I actually have 10 mobility right now. You just can't see it because it's invisible. The way I achieved this is with the Stompies. Take a look at this traction perk. It adds a visible +5. So you might see right now I'm at 68 mobility. That's tier 6. But with traction, watch this. It's going to get a +5 bump. And now I'm at tier 7. But it's even better than that because traction adds an invisible +10. So I'm actually at tier 8. But it gets even better. Check this out. Lightweight frame, that's an invisible +20. So I'm actually at tier 10. So I now have tier 10 mobility, 5 resilience to tank Thorn. Keep in mind that Thorn is very popular right now. So with 5 resilience, I can survive 2 heads and 1 body shot. Or when this perk, Mark the Devourer, is active, I can survive 2 headshots. So there's a lot of times where someone shoots me with a Thorn and walks away. They put on their glasses, they think they're cool, but I live. I live to tell the tale. Have a little lightning bolt scar and everything. So I achieved this stat build right here by using these War Mantis gauntlets. This is why I started on Hunter, not Warlock or Titan, because I didn't know if these were bugged. I didn't know if these would continue to be a thing, and I wanted them as soon as I could get them. This is what a normal pair looks like. Yes, you can masterwork the blue. My clanmate Drewski did a very detailed breakdown on these gauntlets. I think you can obtain them from the Crucible. That link, the video link, will be in the description if you want to learn more. You might notice that over a legendary pair, you're missing a stat slot. So I could have something like Enhanced Hand Cannon Loader and Enhanced Momentum Transfer and a recovery mod here. I don't want to make this build with any of the seasonal artifact things, so I probably wouldn't use that, just for the record. But anyhow, I am missing what could potentially be Enhanced Hand Cannon Reloader, and that's a deal breaker for a lot of people, but not a deal breaker for me, because guess what? I don't have to reload, like at all. Check this perk out, it's called Overflow. Picking up special or heavy ammo reloads this weapon beyond normal capacity. It loads it to 28. I get 28 bullets in the magazine just for running over special ammo, and it has explosive rounds. I did a video of this spare rations previously, so that link will be in the description if you want to learn more about this gun. But the TLDR of this gun is that the added utility of explosive payload far exceeds the slight disadvantage you have in hand cannon distance 1v1s. I'm very serious. I grew to love this perk. I already have over 500 kills on it. That's how much I love this gun. You might say, okay, so you can't have enhanced hand cannon loader. It's not useful because of overflow. What about your shotgun? I'm glad you asked. Hypothetical person. This is slide shot. And because it's a rapid fire frame, slide shot doesn't reload just one, it reloads 2 bullets. And because of shotgun scavenger, I get 3. And it gets even better. Like, this build is so genius. I love it. So because stompies increase your slide distance, what you can actually do is slide over ammo with your spare rations out, then switch to your shotgun because of quick draw, and because you're still in that extended slide animation, it will automatically reload the ammo pickup, so you get the 2 ammo into the chamber, and it'll activate overflow. So you get both weapons reloaded for the cost of 1 slide over some green ammo. And there's a lot of situations where I dump all 28 bullets into like the corner of a wall just because it splash damages 1 damage with explosive payload. And if I even do 1 damage, they're not healing. So that means someone can flank around the corner and make sure they're dead with 1 bullet instead of them recovering all the way to full and it taking 3. That's just an example of how this build comes into play. For my power weapon, I went with Darcy just because for ammo conservation reasons, I think 5 sniper bullets is a lot better than 1 single rocket in classic mix. Sure, I could go machine gun and be boring, but let's be real, I want to hit the hot montage clips. What else do we got here? Obviously, I'm using stompies, and these rolled with a shotgun scavenger. So I said I'm building a shotgun build around these. I have 5 intellect. Check this out. Distribution. So if I dodge near somebody, I get a decreased cooldown on grenade and super and melee. Because I use gambler's dodge, I get my melee back if I dodge near somebody. So I straight up do not have to worry about strength. And because I'm using Arc Strider, if I'm critically wounded, melee and grenades recharge drastically faster. And then I have impact induction on the gauntlets. Cause melee attack, greatly reduces grenade cooldown. The combination of all of this together makes it seem like I have like tier 7, 8, or 9 discipline, not 3. But then intellect combined with distribution and pump action, getting kills with the shotgun, gives me more super energy. It's like I have tier 10 intellect. Here was my discussion. I could either have 3 recovery and 10 intellect, or 10 recovery and 5 intellect. I went with the latter because I figure with 10 recovery, I'm surviving more often, I'm alive more often, that means more time on the clock that I get to charge up my super. And if I live to get more kills, to activate pump action or distribution, then I'll probably have a super earlier than if I did the opposite. So I think this is the best bang for your buck that you're going to get. Now, where this build is bad is specifically in the chest piece. It's a solar chest piece, and I would much rather have a void chest piece. I have a system that I can make this work by swapping my armor, and I still have that 7, 5, 10, but I lose out on 5 intellect, which I think is worth it. So a slight upgrade that I can get in the future would be a void chest piece. So that's just one of the small things that I'm looking for. I can even use different chest piece and combinations of mods to get a similar effect. Like you can see if I masterwork this, I'm going to get 5 resilience, then I can throw a mobility mod into here and it will be just fine and dandy. I'll still get the 7, 5, 10. And it'll even bump it up to tier 4 strength and I can have 4, 4, 4 and it'll look clean. But I don't want to do that yet. I just want to hold out until I get a perfect void chest piece. And I can definitely deal with unflinching light arms until then. So here's where I run into problems with this build. Explosive payload does not play very well with Way of the Wraith. Because if I crouch and get a precision kill, it should grant invisibility and true sight, aka wall hacks, but because it's an explosive round, sometimes the headshot counts as a body shot. So that's a problem. I have a couple solutions to this. I can either use a different spare rations or a different gun altogether. And I've decided that if I'm ever going to play Way of the Wraith, it is always going to be with either Last Word and a sniper, which is impossible because of these scavengers, or I'm going to use Not Forgotten and a chaperone. So that's pretty much my solution to Way of the Wraith. Otherwise, this build works no matter what the subclass. I could be using top tree, middle tree, bottom tree. doesn't matter. It's still the best loadout I can possibly make for my character. I'm trying to make sure I've covered everything here. I think I have. This is a very, very sick build. I'm very proud of this one. There's so many things that just work in tandem with each other and really just synergize. It makes me excited because this was a theory crafted build that I didn't even think was possible, and to see it exceed my expectations was pretty sick. I'm over here grinding Master Nightfalls, calculating all this stuff up, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna work, it's gonna work. And then I get a new piece of gear, and I have to recalculate everything, and I see, a little gap in my plan that I overcome. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the next Iron Banner so I can upgrade this chest piece, and maybe I can get to like tier 6 intellect or tier 5 discipline. I think that's possible. I think I'm rambling at this point. Anyhow, you're going to see 3 videos in your inbox today. Live commentary, video of me using this build, and then Pokemon Shield Twitch promo thing. You'll like it, just trust me. Anyhow, thank you for watching this video. Check the description box because there's going to be a lot of useful information. Thank you so much for watching.